Hi, I'm Aisel. Welcome to Speak English with Aisel podcast. Let's level up your English. Listen, repeat, and speak with confidence. Stop. Before you say, I wake up at 7 for the 1000th time, let me ask you something. Do you want to speak English like a textbook, or do you want to speak it like a native?
That's a big question, Aisel. Most people think talking about their day is level 1 English, but they often get stuck when they want to describe the feeling of their routine.
Exactly, Abdurrahman. Today, we are not just teaching you vocabulary, we are giving you the keys to the kingdom of conversation. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Aisel, your guide to English fluency.
And I'm Abdurrahman. We are so excited you're here. Today, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the anatomy of a daily routine.
We're going to cover everything from that first cup of coffee to the moment your head hits the pillow. And stick around, because by the end of this 20-minute masterclass, you'll be able to describe your life so vividly, people will think you grew up in London or New York.
Before we start the clock, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to stop struggling with their English. Ready, Aisel?
I was born ready. Let's dive in.
Okay, Aisel, let's start at the very beginning. The sun is up. What is the first thing you do?
Well, let's look at the language first. I usually say I wake up at 7 a.m. But Abdurrahman, there is a big difference between waking up and getting up. Do you know it?
Oh, absolutely. I wake up the moment I open my eyes, but I don't get up until I've scrolled through my phone for 15 minutes.
Precisely. To wake up is the act of stopping sleep. To get up is the physical act of leaving the bed.
So listeners, write that down. Wake up versus get up. Aisel, after you finally get up, where do you go?
I head straight to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face. These are what we call hygiene habits. It's essential to feel fresh. Then I make coffee. For me, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a lifestyle.
I'm more of a tea person, but I agree. I like to drink a glass of water first. It's a healthy habit. It wakes up your body.
That's a great phrase, to wake up your body. Now, let's talk breakfast. I keep it light, bread and butter. It's quick. What about you? Are you a heavy breakfast person?
Definitely. I like eggs and toast. It keeps me full until lunch. While I eat, I check my emails on my computer. It's part of my professional routine.
I do the same, but on my phone. We call this being connected. But wait, Abdurrahman, we should explain the word habit. A habit is something you do so often that you don't even think about it anymore.
Like checking the phone. It's a daily habit.
Now, let's move into the meat of the day, work. I start work at 9 a.m. Since I work from home, I don't have a commute.
Commute. That's a high-level word. Can you explain it to our students?
Of course. A commute is the journey you take from home to work and back. If you take the bus or drive for an hour, you have a long commute. Since I work remotely, my commute is just 10 steps to my desk.
I love that. Today, I'm also working from home. I start at 9:30 a.m. My first task is a meeting at 10 a.m.
Meetings can be tiring, but they are great for collaboration. We talk to our colleagues. Notice the word colleagues, guys. It sounds much more professional than just saying the people I work with.
True. My colleagues are very friendly. We don't just talk about projects. We talk about our hobbies or how we spend our weekend. It breaks the ice.
To break the ice, another great idiom. It means to make a conversation more relaxed. My day gets very busy because I have a long to-do list.
I live by my to-do list. If I don't write it down, I forget it. I write my list every morning. It helps me stay organized.
And what about lunch? In the business world, lunch is often a break. I usually have something fast, like a sandwich at 12.
I prefer a salad. It's light and fresh. If I eat a big meal, I feel sleepy in the afternoon. We call that the afternoon slump.
The afternoon slump. I love that. To fight the slump, I work until 5 p.m. That's my finish time.
So work is over. The sun is setting. What's the after-work vibe for Aisel?
I need to move. I go for a walk in the park. It's a nice park near my house. It takes about 30 minutes. It's relaxing.
You're more active than me. I go to the gym. I exercise for 1 hour. It helps me de-stress.
De-stress. to remove the stress of the day. While I walk, I sometimes listen to a podcast, just like our listeners are doing right now. It's a great way to multitask.
Multitasking is doing two things at once. Very efficient. After the gym, I go home and cook dinner. I find cooking very therapeutic.
Therapeutic? That's a deep word. It means it feels like a treatment or a way to relax your mind. I'm not a great cook, so I keep it simple. Pasta with tomato sauce or maybe chicken and vegetables.
I love to experiment. Last night, I cooked a fish dish. It was delicious. In English, we use delicious or tasty to describe good food.
After dinner, it's time to relax. I usually watch a TV show. I'm a big fan of comedies. They make me laugh, and laughter is the best medicine after a long day.
I agree. I watch movies or a TV series, but I try to put the screens away 30 minutes before bed. I read a book instead. It helps the brain wind down.
Wind down, the opposite of winding up. It means preparing for sleep. I go to bed at 10 p.m. I need my 8 hours of restful sleep.
Aisel, this has been a great story of our days, but let's get into the teaching mode for a bit. What are some structures our listeners can use right now?
Great idea, Abdurrahman. Let's look at the present simple. We use it for routines. I wake up, she wakes up. Don't forget the S for he, she, and it.
And what about the time? We use the preposition at for specific times. At 7, at noon, at night.
Perfect. Now let's talk about frequency adverbs. Words like usually, always, sometimes, never. For example, I usually eat bread, but I never eat pizza for breakfast.
Pizza for breakfast sounds like a dream. Let's do a quick role play for our friends. I'll be the curious friend, and you tell me about your day using these new words.
Let's do it.
Hey Aisel, do you have a busy routine?
Usually, yes. I always start my day with coffee. Then I work until 5. I sometimes go for a walk, but I never skip my reading time before bed.
Wow, you're very disciplined. Notice, listeners, how Aisel used usually, always, sometimes, and never. This makes her English sound natural.
Now let's talk about chores. These are the boring but necessary tasks at home. Do the dishes, غسل المواعين. Do the laundry, الغسيل. Take out the trash, إخراج القمامة.
I do the dishes every night. It's my daily chore.
And don't forget hobbies. Hobbies make life interesting. I play the guitar for 20 minutes. Abdurrahman, do you have a creative hobby?
I like to draw. I use a sketchbook. It's a creative outlet.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun. We've covered everything from morning hygiene to late night reading and even the grammar of routines.
This was a long journey, but a very helpful one. Remember, listeners, English is a muscle. You need to exercise it every day.
Here is your homework. I want you to go to the comments right now. Write down 3 things you do every single morning. Use the word usually.
We will be reading your comments and replying to them. We want to hear about your life.
Thank you for staying with us for this full masterclass. You are now one step closer to fluency.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us create more content like this.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and have a wonderful day.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.